Hey everyone, Arms here, and today I have something a bit different for you. So, I've been working on the second part of the 100 Days Terraria Master Mode Summoner series. I know I published the first part on Friday, and I hope to get the second part out to you quickly. But while I was working on it, I actually wanted to talk about something that I thought was fairly interesting. So, I think the utilization of mounts in some of the boss fighting in Terraria can be underutilized sometimes. There was certainly a spike in the release of Journey's End 1.4.1 of using mounts, particularly this one, the Black Spot. We'll get to that in a sec. However, after its subsequent nerf, the proper utilization of mounts sort of went down a little bit. I think overall, though, there's a lot of uses that can be had to them, and I think we can definitely talk about that in a sec. So the max speed that my amphibian boots can get me is about 30 miles per hour, which isn't bad. I believe if you have like the lightning boots or the frostbark boots or like the terraspark boots, they'll go to like maybe close to 40, maybe like 35. I'm not sure. But that's still not fantastic. You know, there's still much faster mounts you can get. Like, for example, this goat skull, which you can get from the Wall of Flesh, it can reach up to 61 miles per hour. And if you set up something like a world bridge, like how I have here, which stretches most of the world, then this can really help you get around the world quickly, as it's just a straight line, you know. And it's really great for fighting bosses as well, because, like, you can be, I don't know, maybe you're fighting the Empress of Light, how she dashes, right? So what you can do is if you have something like the Tabby or the Ninja Gear or the Shield of Cthulhu, you can dash away and then instantly be at the max running speed for the mount. So if we spawn it normally and we start running, it takes a little bit to get up to that 61%. But if we dash and then summon the mount instantly, you're going full speed right away, which is really, really useful. You know, it's really great for escaping some of those fast bosses, especially ones that are to the side. And as you guys have probably saw in part 1 of the Terraria Mastermind 100 Day series, I used a mount to fight the Queen Slime to get away from her quicker. Because there's a point where she starts flying towards you, just straight towards you, and you can just keep her away from you the whole time with your whip and just totally destroy her. It's a really great and consistent strategy to fight Queen Slime. Now, other mounts, you know, so you'll have flying mounts as well, right? And the Black Spot used to be good. You know, this is what it is now. I'll show a quick clip of what it used to be like for those of you who were not around when the Black Spot was insanely broken. Used to be able to dash and then it would go zoom through the air. I think it was like 81 miles per hour or something. It went insanely fast. Unfortunately, after they nerfed it in 1.4.1, I believe. Yeah. After they nerfed it in 1.4.1, it just became really useless for bossing, unfortunately, because it used to be just an insanely awesome option for bossing. So I feel like after that nerf, the main option for bossing became things like the Slimy Saddle and the Gelatinous Pillion saddle, which are dropped by King Slime and Queen Slime respectively. And these are really great options, honestly, because they let you fall insanely quickly. So that was to the side. I'll just go straight down. So straight down, 102 miles per hour. And if you're falling and going to the side a little bit, 104 miles per hour for the Slimy Saddle. And if we go with the Gelatin Pillionus, first off, it can fly and it has a speed greater than these amphibian boots and about equal to like Terraspark boots, I think, which is another great effect. But it also has a 102 miles per hour fall speed. But if you go to the side with it, if you fall diagonally, it's actually 116 miles per hour at its max speed, if we'll see that right here. See, 116 miles per hour at its max fall speed. So it can also give you some really good movement in boss fights, right? However, I think all of that is eclipsed by one mount in particular. And I know people know this mount is really fast, but I don't think people realize the use it could have in a lot of fights. And that is the Hexed Branch mount. The Hexed Branch is certainly the fastest mount in the game, as it has the same speed as the Black Spot used to have in the air. So while it is not an aerial mount, it certainly goes insanely quickly, and it still has the effect to where you can dash and be instantly at full speed. Now, this one has a very quick acceleration to begin with, so you can go from standing to 81 in like just a few seconds. But it is always better to just be able to dash and be instantly in full speed. Or about instantly in full speed. Hold up, let me see. It's about, yeah, it basically instantly goes up to full speed once it's like, okay, the mount's summoned, you're on the mount now. And this, I think, has some very, very fun uses. You'll see me use this against the Empress of Light many times in the second part of the playthrough, which I'm excited to be able to finally get that out to you guys. I promise I'm working hard on it. It just gives you such insane side-to-side movement speed to where, you know, you don't need boots at all. You just, like, with something like the Soaring Insignia and Empress Wings and then amphibian boots, you just get so much mobility in the air. And then, you know, let's say the Empress of Light dashes towards me, right? So I'm flying away, I got my infinite flight, right? And then boom. Look at that. And then I leave the Empress of Light in her dust. And then you can just... And that's the thing, especially if you're playing on mouse and keyboard. This might not be as easy if you're playing on console. I really don't know how controller works for Terraria. But you just get such insane movement speed. And if you've built a world bridge like this to fight these bosses, which I like to do in Master Mode because of how difficult they can be sometimes, especially Empress of Light, you know, it just makes such an insane movement speed. Like, if you just keep... And after you get off the mount, you're still going very fast. So you can just... And you could be running away and attacking, like if you're a summoner, you know? You have things like, you know, the Sanguine Staff, which comes back to you after every attack. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving, you know? Which is what makes the Sanguine Staff such a good summon as well. Well, that's for a different time to discuss. But yeah, I just think this mount is really underutilized. People know it as the fastest mount in the game, but I don't think they're utilizing it in the same way that people utilized the Black Spot when it came out. And I just think it was something really interesting that I wanted to talk about. I have seen no videos on its utilization in this way, and I think I saw one Reddit thread when trying to do the search, but no one's really been talking about it on YouTube. So I wanted to make a formal video about it just because it is just so it's so strong, and you'll see in part 2 when it eventually comes out. I'm hoping in about a week or two, of how useful it can be in the fight, especially against Daytime Empress, which, you know, we'll get to that in the video when it comes out. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate every single one of you. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part of the video. I swear I'm working hard on that second part to get it out within a week or two. It's a lot of footage to edit, unfortunately, and I'm new to editing. So this is definitely stuff that I need to work on a little bit. I have a much better workflow after completing that first one. Completing that first one honestly taught me a lot about Premiere, so I'm hoping I'll be able to do the second one much more efficiently. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I love you all so much. Be sure to subscribe and like if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I really appreciate every single one of you. Bye-bye.